Hey you guys, welcome to the channel. So today we're having a quick look at LiPo batteries, look at the basic things like what all the numbers mean on there, what all the letters mean on there, and then when you come to buy your RC car you can know which kind of LiPo battery you need. So as you can see here, there are all different shapes and sizes of LiPo battery. You've got this tiny 2S LiPo that came out of my son's FTX Tracer. You've got this small size 2S LiPo that came out of my son's Traxxas E-Revo 116. And we've got this standard size 2S LiPo, which fits in most 10 scale and bigger trucks and cars. And we've got this big chunky 3S LiPo as well. Now, you can get LiPos in 1S, 2S, 3S, 4S and 6S. But these are all the ones we have in our collection. So we're going to start with what the S means. So the S means cells in series. So this one here is a 3S LiPo, although it doesn't say 3S on there. It does say 11.1 volts, which means it's a 3S. And this one here says 7.4 volts, which means it's a 2S, because it's 3.7 volts per cell. Now, just so you're not a bit concerned when you're charging your first LiPo battery, the cells are rated for 3.7 volts, but when they're fully charged, they're actually 4.2 volts. So I've seen a few people lately in Facebook groups and they're getting a bit worried that they've seen a higher number on their charger than they've seen on their battery. So what this voltage rating is a storage voltage. So when you put any of your batteries into storage mode, into storage charge, they come up at 3.7 volts per cell. So now we're going to look at the big number. Now the 3S here is a 5200 milliamp hour. Now all that means that's the capacity of the batteries, that's how long it's going to last. Now there's no set time any battery is going to last in any car because every car is different, every running condition is different. But this one, for example, or rather this 2S, 5200 milliamp hour, this lasts for about 15, maybe 20 minutes in my 10 scale stadium truck, or monster truck rather. But in my drift car will last up to 40 minutes, and that's because there's a weight difference, there's a speed difference, and there's a grip difference as well. Now, the runtime will also be affected by the terrain you're on as well. So if you're on thick, wet grass, that's going to lower the runtime. And if you're on a nice, smooth, dry surface, that's going to increase the runtime. That's basically all you can say about the capacity. And obviously, the higher number, the longer it will last. Now we're going to get on to the last thing you're going to see on your LiPo battery, which is this here. It says 50C. Now, C stands for its discharge rate. So what that means is how quickly the power in this battery can be transferred out of your battery, into your ESC, into your motor, and out of your wheels. So the bigger number, again, the higher the discharge rate, which means it can put more of the power out quickly, or rather the same power out, but quicker. Now in some instances, the higher the C rate, the more punch, the more power your RC car will have, but it does depend on what ESC you have. So if the ESC is not powerful enough, it can't take any more power than a lower C-rate battery, than a lower C-rated battery even. So you'll find when you buy an RC car, there'll be minimum requirements for the battery normally. So it'll be, say for a Maverick Quantum Flux MT like I've got, it'll be a 2S or a 3S LiPo battery. And then I don't think on the Maverick it says a minimum C rating, to be fair, but on a lot of trucks there's a minimum C rating. So on some of the bigger scale stuff, it's a minimum of 35C because it needs that much power to get out of the battery. Now, once you've got your LiPo batteries, one thing you're going to want to do is get yourself a LiPo bag. And the problem is that these LiPo batteries, even the small tiny ones, can be quite hazardous if not looked after. So minimal protection really for your home and for your family is get one of these LiPo bags. They're not particularly expensive. I think this one was £10 and I got 2 of them for that money. But what these are, I mean, this takes quite a few batteries, this one. If you unzip it, you can see inside it's lined with a fireproof or fire resistant interior, and there's normally a flap on these things like on this one here, so you can charge your batteries in the LiPo bag. Now I don't tend to do that, I tend to charge on a nice flat dry clean surface and keep an eye on my battery, but we're going to get on to charging in the next video. So if you want to see the next video, which is an introduction to charging LiPo batteries, then make sure you hit that subscribe button please guys. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, you guys take care.